don't need that again, but and now we're caught up to where we ended stream on Friday. Anyone doubted how hard this game copy pastes the RE remakes? Susie Hunter gave it a 10 out of 10. I mean, mechanically, sure, but plenty of other things are
Who was writing
different.
who? Who was writing this poem? Me? No.
I mean, if we're going back, if we're going, say, what things that copy pasted RE4, like RE4, basically every game for like the next 10 years took the movement system from RE4. Like that was the start of the, you know, kind of over the shoulder camera. So, I mean, it's everything. It pioneered something that worked.
Stepping to the murder site, I'd felt it hanging in the air. A meaning, the violent emotion of the act, like a cloud of wrath. The dead eyes of the victim staring at something you couldn't see, and yet making you aware of it. Something had soaked into this place on a molecular level, overlapping with your meaningless existence. Regression to something you had managed to forget. Marking you, taking you for a ride, making you crazier.
Sue Lightning era? Lightning era? I don't know. I will say that while Resident Evil does have good lighting, it's not as good as this. I already got this one, right? Yeah. Definitely more in the subway. Do I want to go backtrack and get them? Not really. So we'll go back outside, I think. Did I play a Saga from the end of the last stream? No. We started, like, when it switched to Wake, we've been Wake since. We have not flipped back to Saga.
The station had changed. I was closer now.
Convenient. Dark's Place, the video and photography and videography exhibition by Alice Wake.
Parliament Tower. Our home in New York. Was I really this close to being home? Going up to our apartment? Would I be home? Or was this just an echo of the real thing? Even then, the murder site had brought me one step closer to escape.
Do I need the shoebox? I guess I can grab another health kit. I can stack these. Nice. Hope you get to play ours again. I like those case files. I don't know if I like either system better, because with Wake you have the storyboard where you can change the scene in real time, which I think that's pretty cool.
The payphone at the edge of the plaza was ringing again.
Hey, Alan. Thank God he picked up. I thought I lost you again.
Who are you? Why are you helping me?
Did you go deeper? To the overlap?
Are you talking about the murder site? Yeah, I did. I...
That's fantastic, Alan. We're closer to getting out. We're making progress.
Well, we would be if you would answer my damn questions.
Last time we spoke, you were pretty worried about Alice. Did you ever check Parliament Tower? To make sure she really got out of the dark place?
Well, of course she got out. That's why I'm here. That's the whole goddamn point.
Be very careful, Alan. The dark presence is stealing from you. It can already manifest as your double. Scratch will come.
Wait, hello?
I don't recognize the voice. I also have to wonder, when the camera's this pulled in, like to the character, if, like, making the character run faster then causes an issue. Loving memory, Alan Wake.
Time loses meaning here.
1977 to 2010.
Long enough for Alice to think I'm dead.
But anyway, like one of the reasons I think that why they decreased the run speed is because you would actually get, like, people would actually get motion sickness from the speed. I know that used to be a thing. I know, what was it, Killzone that had that? I need the flashlight to initiate this. Or do I need to be looking at this from the proper angle? Come on. Never had this much issue. Did I break it already?
Writer. Maybe he was a victim. The cult, using his words. Or maybe he was the monster behind it all. Either way, Alice Wake, his ex, she knew things. It was there in her art for all to see. A cry for help. The darkness she'd witnessed. And that put her in danger.
Was Alice here? In the story?
Sounds good, choir. Supposed to be a portal? No, it's the game calls it an echo. But it's very control in terms of its delivery. Like you had the phone conversations with Trench and all of that. Haunting. Initiation 3.
Alice's photo equipment. Set to go off when the door opens.
Get out! Leave me alone!
Alice!
Door locked, I would assume. No. Piece of pie? Earlier?
Alice.
Pick photos for exhibition posters.
This is a photo of Scratch. How did Alice get this? Is he stalking her?
Actually, I feel a little sick if I chug a whole wide mug of cappuccino. I don't chug anything like that. I don't even chug coffee, like, at all. Too much. First return one, I forgot the second. I don't remember what it returned to was called. So Initiation 1, I can't remember the name of. Initiation 2 was Casey. Just what we just did.
This is the door to my study, where I wrote my books. This symbol wasn't here before. Alice's video camera. No memory card inside.
Guess we gotta find it. Video art doc on screens. Multi. Focal point. The dark place. Part 1.
Part 1. What was Alice working on?
That's what I just said, Alan.
When I was younger, photography was everything to me. I moved to New York thinking I'd make it as an artist. And then I met Alan. We had a good thing. We were both dedicated by our creative ambitions. The only difference was that Alan's work made money. He brought me work when he could. I took his promo shots, created covers for his books. I'm sure he forced his publisher into it. I was taking photos, just not my photos. And that gnawed at me. Things got complicated sometimes, but that's life, right? We loved each other. Then Alan hit a block. I brought out a meaner side of him. One I didn't like. I set up a trip to see a doctor in Washington. I didn't tell him until we got there. We argued. Things went wrong. And he was just gone. Drowned, allegedly. It's easy for people to think it was my fault. Hell, I do too sometimes. About 6 years ago, I started hearing noises in the night. Typewriter keys clacking.
light flickering in the background.
Then it got violent. It was Alan. And yet, it was a monster. He always did have anger in him. I set up cameras around the apartment with motion sensors and flashes. Now, when the monster comes, I turn it into art. My nightmares caught on film. And this is the focus of my new exhibition. To show people the world is so much darker than they ever knew. I'm calling this exhibit The Dark Place.
Bit on the nose, Alice.
Alice. Scratch was terrorizing her. Why? I sat in the writer's room and wrote a story. Initiation. To project myself through the dark place, to look for a way out. The story had brought me here, brought me nowhere. Looped me back. I was writing the story. And in the story, I now stepped into the writer's room. But there was no one here writing it.